If you spend 45 minutes sweating on the pavement and your neighbor spends 45 minutes in the pool, you'd expect the same health reward. But a cohort study of over 80,000 British adults analyzed decades of data to see if that assumption holds up under scrutiny. Researchers split the outcomes into all-cause mortality, general premature death, and cardiovascular disease mortality. But for runners and football players, both data lines flatlined, showing no significant reduction in either category. While these activities remain healthy habits, results indicate that the type of sport a person chooses provides different levels of protection. These findings suggest that general physical exertion is not a monolith. Instead, researchers found that significant gains in lifespan were tied to very specific types of movement. This chart tracks hazard ratios for different disciplines, with 1.0 as baseline risk. For cyclists, all-cause mortality drops to 0.85, a 15% reduction. But for heart health, the reduction in cardiovascular mortality was not statistically significant. This suggests a biological gap. The physical stress that helps lower general mortality risk isn't always the exact same stress required to build a defense against heart disease. A sport can improve your metabolic health without necessarily providing the specific stimulus the heart needs to stay resilient against disease. 3 categories provided dual-threat protection against all-cause and cardiovascular mortality. Aerobics hazard ratios dropped to 0.73 and 0.64. Swimming reached a 0.59 ratio for heart disease. Racquet sports showed the strongest association, with general mortality falling to 0.53 and heart-related death dropping to 0.44. The advantage of sports like tennis or squash likely stems from their interval-based nature, requiring short, explosive bursts of energy, combined with constant, rapid changes in direction and high levels of focus. These variable dose-response patterns tax the cardiovascular and nervous systems through high-intensity spikes and rapid recoveries, a pattern that differs significantly from steady-state jogging. These high-engagement, variable-intensity movements trigger the specific physiological adaptations that help shield the heart against disease. You don't have to abandon your current routine. If you enjoy your morning run or your weekend football match, the most important factor for health is staying active over the long term. However, the data suggests there is a benefit to a more targeted approach. If you swap one session of steady-state exercise for a racket sport or a swim, you may be able to close the gap in heart protection. This could be as simple as a weekend game of pickleball or adding a single lap swimming session to your existing schedule. While any movement helps keep the body functional, these specific, high-variable sports appear to be the most effective tools for actively shielding the heart and extending the lifespan. By treating your workout schedule as a scientifically backed prescription, you can move beyond general activity and start training for a longer life.